Hi, my name is Dawn, and I'm a home cook making all the mistakes so you don't have to. Today I'm here with quick tips to make your cooking easier when you're busy and you just need to eat. These are my fridge must-haves. As always, if you are enjoying this content, please subscribe, hit the like button. Now, let's go. My first tip is iceberg lettuce. This is the workhorse of the lettuce family. Now, it gets a really bad rap, and I don't get that because I think it's crunchy, crispy, tasty, and it keeps forever in your fridge. Well, not forever, but it keeps a very long time and keeps in really good shape. So I always have iceberg lettuce. Now, of course, I use this for a salad, but I also can throw it in a sandwich, a burger. I use it as a wrap often. Lettuce wraps are a big thing in our household, a quick and easy dinner for us. And I think you should always have this. Now, sometimes iceberg lettuce does get expensive at the store, and in that case, I pick up a romaine. Now, today I have both. We like salad in our house. Romaine can almost work as well, but certainly better than a leaf lettuce or something else that's very soft and delicate. And also, the romaine you can grill it. It's tasty there, and who doesn't love a good Caesar salad? In fact, I think we're having Caesar salad for dinner tonight. The next item I always have in my fridge is plain Greek yogurt. Why? Because it can be used in so many different ways. This is 0%. I usually get the 2%, but we can't always find that at our store. So if we can't get it, we go with the 0%. Honestly, I think this is a little chalky, but it beats not having any in our fridge. Why do I always have it? Because it's a great substitute if I need mayo, if I need sour cream, if I need buttermilk. I can substitute this in. Also, I use it to make dips. I can put it into a sauce to make it creamy. So many different ways that you can use it. And if you have this and you don't have one of those other items, you are set. Plus, it tastes great to eat. You can throw berries in it. You can have granola. You can have fruit. There's a lot of good ways to eat this. The next item I always have in my fridge is a new one for me, peeled garlic. Yes, peeled garlic. Who knew? But I saw Kenji Lopez Alt using it, and I thought, good enough for Kenji, good enough for this home cook. And I guess what they do is they steam it or something to get the skins off, and there is some minor reduction in the garlickiness. But for me, I'll just throw in an extra clove or two. I kind of do that anyways. And so I get it like this package. I put it in this, keep it in my fridge. I always have garlic, and I don't groan because I don't have to peel it. And it seems like a minor thing, but honestly, it does make a difference, and I love using it now. The next item I always have in my fridge is cream cheese, because it's another one of these super long-lasting items. And I guess I never thought about it before, but in the last few years, I have found, I'm looking at this one we bought today, because I wanted to have it for today's video. It's gonna last for 4 months. I know for sure, because I know this is at least 4 months old, and it's sitting in my fridge. And why do I like it? Because of that long lasting, I don't mind buying it. Cream cheese is expensive, and sometimes I have a recipe that just calls for, you know, a couple of ounces or like 100 grams of this, and I've got it left over, and I always thought it won't keep very long. I might keep it for a little bit, but it keeps a really long time. And so I always now have cream cheese. It's great. Again, it makes for a great dip. You can spread it on a bagel, the traditional way to have it. Super melty. You can throw it in sauces, melt it on itself, make yourself a hot dip. Use it in baking. I like to make muffins or cupcakes that have cream cheese in it. There's lots of things that you can do with cream cheese that if you have it in your fridge, you can always have it. And it doesn't take up much space. So be sure, even if you have a little bit left over, just wrap it up and you'll have it and not waste it. Next, what I always have in my fridge is coleslaw mix, because coleslaw, which we eat as a side dish, or we use it on tacos or lettuce wraps. But this coleslaw mix also, you can add it to a regular salad. So if you've just got your iceberg lettuce and you can put this in and make a heartier salad, you can toss it into a stir fry. And so you've got your cabbage and carrots and more cabbage in this particular mix, which I actually like. You can toss it into your soup or your stew to give it more body or more heartiness. You can also add this to cooked rice, and it makes a great side dish. So for me, I always have this in my fridge as a great basic, and it also can keep. But check your expiry dates to be sure. The next item I think you should have in your fridge at all times, and you may probably do, but just in case you don't, the eggs. Yes, there's 2 of us, and we always have 2 dozen eggs in our fridge. Why is that? Because they can be used for cooking and baking. You can eat them. They can be a meal, hard-boiled, fried, poached, omelets. I'm not going to go on and on, but consider having them in your fridge because they last a long time, and you will never go wrong or hungry if you have eggs in your fridge. The next item I always have in my fridge is a convenience food. Yes, it costs a little bit more, but I like it. And that is shredded cheese, because then I can always have cheese and put cheese on things. I always I'm never thrilled when I have to pull out that box grater and grate cheese. I find it messy. I'm always worried I'm going to slice off half the skin on my finger. So I love the convenience of this, and I can always very quickly pull out a meal when I've got some shredded cheese at hand. And there's so many different flavors of cheese, whatever you like. You can find places that will sell it on sale, and I always pick this up. I also love these feta crumbles from Costco. I don't buy the pre-shredded Parmesan cheese, but if you do and you like it, go for it. Whatever works, I'm all for it. Shredded cheese, it's a time saver. Have it. The next thing I always have in my fridge is some sort of spicy paste that I can use in every recipe to kind of amp up the spicy flavor, smoky, sweet. And every cuisine seems to have one of their own. So I pick one and kind of stick with it and use it for everything. I almost always use gochujang. I can get it at my local market, and it's becoming quite common. So if you can find it, I think this is a great one. It keeps a long time in your fridge. And yeah, just 1 tablespoon and about a pound of meat, or you can throw it in a soup or a stew and really add that extra special flavor. It really helps and keeps, again, forever. But you might not have this, but maybe you have I have also red Thai curry paste. But if you're just starting out, just pick one and go for it and sub it into every recipe. Because, you know, it's hard to kind of keep space for all these different ones and keep track of them, or they might go bad eventually, though they do last a long time. And another one I have is this sambal, but I'm almost out of it. And if I needed it for a recipe, I would just use what I had in here and toss in some more of one of these other ones. It might make a new flavor. You taste it, tastes good. I think it's a great way to always have one of these in your fridge to really amp up your flavors. The next thing for your fridge is lemons and limes. This is the lime, this is the lemon. It's actually from our own lemon tree, but it's a lemon even though it is green. It's got lots of juice. Why do I like these? Because you can use both the outside, the zest, and the juice inside. They keep a long time in the fridge, and even sometimes if the outside goes a little brown, you can still get really good juice out of it, so don't throw that up. Cut it open, have a look, sniff, it's probably still good. If it's not, sorry. What do I use this for? It really helps a lot of recipes. Squeezing lemons over salads, fish, seafood, soups, it just adds this sort of brightness, and it will really boost up your flavors. Easy to keep, have them. The next thing I have in my fridge is better than bouillon. And my mom used to always talk about this, and I didn't get it initially, but I have for quite a long time now. And this is a substitute for all those cans and cartons of stock or broth that you have in your cupboards. It is small, it's relatively inexpensive, and you just use 1 teaspoon to 1 cup of water and just put it in your soups and stews. The instructions will tell you to add boiling water to it to dissolve it, but I just stick the quantity right into whatever I'm making, add the water, and it will all dissolve. And it's tasty. This is chicken, they have beef, they have veggie. You can get bigger ones at Costco at even a better price. It's a good one, and yeah, I should have listened to Mom earlier. And finally, I love having leftovers in my fridge. So I know that's controversial. I don't get it. I'm not even saying you just reheat what you had, but I'm saying add it to something else. So leftover veggies can be tossed into your salad to add more texture and taste into a plain salad. You can toss them into your soup, your stew, whatever you're making the next day. One of my favorite things to do is if there's leftover meat or there's leftover veggies, I just heat them up in a pan, scramble in some eggs, and throw on that shredded cheese, and voila, there's my next meal. It seems new, seems tasty, super yummy, super quick. And you don't have to do fancy cooking with them. You can just mix them with some pasta or some rice or some other grains or beans, and yum, you've got a new meal. And I think it's a great way, less waste, and I think throw some of that hot sauce on it too. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more content, would love it if you would subscribe, like, please comment. Tell me what's in your fridge that I need to have in my fridge. Love to hear from you. Take care and keep cooking.